Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.
Yep, so we record, like all these sessions are recorded and the VIP will be able to get a full access for the full recording, so for just 3 days. Wow. So you can basically play it back. If you stand in some areas and you're stuck, you can always go to the recording and play back these particular sections, or you want to refresh also. Okay, so what do you want to achieve in this particular session?
Sorry, what was the question?
What do you want to achieve in this particular session? Are we done? You said it worth your money, so we are done. Yeah. Let's go home. Okay, so in this session, let's talk about what is a brand? Like we hear branding, marketing, we don't hear lots of sales. That's right. People are doing branding, people are doing marketing. So what's a brand?
For me, a brand is something that provides a quick association with a specific product or service. Recognizable sometimes, but it's how I guess I want the audience to recognize me for what I do or what I the products I sell. Like
okay.
That's it's putting the two together between a specific business or person and what it is they do or provide. So like a hockey player has a specific brand known for hockey and things like that. Like
so what is a brand?
That's what you stand for?
Could be. What? Any other?
I think it's just the image that you're trying to portray.
Any other volunteering answer? I have to.
Yeah, to other people.
Yeah. Jennifer, what's a brand for you?
Actually, my feelings are right along lines with Tim's there. To my mind, it's...
You see her language, you see, just interject here, you know. It's not bad, it's not good to interject with your customers, that's right. Just interject here and say, did you see what she said? My feelings in my mind, which you can say, I think. But because she's a feeler, she always talk about how she feels. That's it. This is as easy as it gets if you want to hang around for 3 seconds to 10 seconds and you want to have a starting point. We are not deciding feelings or thinkers are good or bad. Now we have to talk to her feelings. So just, you'll see this doing lots of this all the time because we have the content in front of us, but we don't know how to use it. So can you share with us your feelings and what's in your mind?
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty... no, serious. To my mind, it's the feeling towards a thing is the brand. Like, you think Porsche, you might think exciting, you know, or you get that sort of feeling. Another one might invoke trust. That's trusted, so you're automatically more inclined to trust towards that person, or you know, whatever it may be. A brand, in my mind or my feeling, is the association you have to that company because of the name or the image or whichever.
Okay, Tracy. Yeah.
Well, to summarize what I agree with both what you guys have said is expectations. And like when I think of a brand, I have an expectation in my mind of this is what they're going to be like. This is what the experience will be like.
And where do you get where do you drive the expectation from?
Well, initially, if I've never interacted with the brand, then marketing and what other people are saying.
Okay.
And then from my own experience after I tried it.
Okay, very fair.
Jennifer said that when she thinks Porsche, she thinks like the feeling of Porsche. But if I thought of Porsche, maybe I would think more of the process. I was like, oh, it's a well-made car. the material and the engineers that work for the brand really produce kind of the best quality car. Whereas if maybe you got something else, I don't have anything against Toyota, and I think they make really great cars, but you've seen more recalls on Toyota and not so many on Porsche.
By the way, Porsche has a very interesting recall right now pending, which is the largest recall in the history.
Oh no, it's the,
Oh, no.
And the recall,
That has nothing to do with you.
the recall is actually that there are minor cracks in the gas tank, which can trigger the car into fire.
See, that would make me think Ford
Anyway, so when we talk about expectations, which is where I want to start with, expectation means somebody promised you, so you have expectations, right? So if I promise you having fun, or I promise you a highly educative workshop, you now have expectation that everything you see will be very well used, right? So in our definitions, brand is a promise. Brand is a promise. If you want to maintain your brand as a good mom, good husband, good wife, good sister, good brother, good whatever it is, good spouse, good friend. So how many of you here, when they get a phone call and they will be just in front of the stove and they have this phone call from a friend, she really feels she wants to pick up the phone call and basically the food will burn, right? Or she will just take that. How many of us will have this? Because we have a promise to support them. We enjoy their company and they enjoy our companies, right? So when we promise to be beside them, what we'll do? We will leave everything behind. That's right. So a brand is a promise, and this promise is what the recipient or the receiving end will feel and touch and get from this promise. So if I promise that I will make it simple for you, this is my promise. So it's very easy to subscribe to my service. We don't use cash payment, by the way. Sorry for that. But you can come over PayPal, over Xmerge currency, over any kind of form or factor of what we pay. We don't say. You can pay us cash, you can pay us by email. We are open for business that we can use every single techniques any of our customers overseas or in Canada will use to pay us money. We don't come and say, oh no, you have only to send me email transfer. Have you ever been in a service where people say, we only accept email transfer?
Yes.
Mhm.
What do they do for you?
They create a challenge because you have to set up. They cost you time because you have to set up a profile, then initiate the payment, then wait for the payment to be received. There's you're adding.
Yep.
You're adding steps to their
So
funnel to purchase.
if you promise you are open for business and you don't use PayPal, what will happen?
You lose some customers.
And if the customer really wants to have your soup, what will happen? They will line up for your soup. Remember the soup nazis, right? So a brand is a promise. So if I promise specifics, like I promise 24/7, people can call me, can send me emails. We have actually a mobile app. I'm not sure how many of you download our mobile app, but we have a mobile app. Why do we have a mobile app? Why do we invest having mobile app? Mobile
Accessibility
application?
at
Because
your
we
leisure.
promise to support you.
Yeah.
Okay? It makes sense for me to invest in this. We're supposed to make it that simple. That's why majority of our forms, especially the wafers are different, but majority of our sign-up forms are very straightforward. Because it's simple. We are open for business. We support business process. So a brand is a promise. So what is your own promise? What's your own promise to your customer? What's your own promise to your kids, to your spouses, to your even your ex-wife? Has anybody has a promise to their exes? There are people they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I pay child support. was my promise.
Okay. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But brand equal to a promise. What is your promise? And to pick up from the biggest marketplace, what is the promise of Starbucks? What Starbucks is selling?
Coffee.
They don't sell coffee.
Make you feel unique.
I think
They-
it's
An
like a
image
home away from home or something.
They sell you a coffee experience.
A coffee experience.
So part of the experience when you go order, what sizes do you order?
Grande, like
You don't
Italian
tall.
size.
You don't. You
Italian,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't. Sorry. No, grande, tall, and venti is not Italian. It's part of the experience. Roxana as a name and Roxy as names, they became popular because of Starbucks prefer to call their baristers these names. The 8,000 branch in the US, each one of them has Roxana in it. The statistics of US, I don't think Roxana was a very famous name. So when you build a coffee experience, you go to every single store, what you will find? A fireplace, the brown chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Everything comes to give you a unique experience. Even the baskets where they have the extra food in it or the extra butters in it, with all the hay in it, it's part of the experience. So what will happen when you have this experience?
You have comfort and
They pay you, you buy a specific cup at roughly
350% markup.
2.75 per dollar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A specific cup, a specific size. So this is Starbucks. What about our Timmy's? What's Tim Horton?
That's another place where there's lineups. I ain't going there.
Yeah, I know these are the lineup, but this place is what? What's the special feature about it?
Right now they're trying to sell Canadian Pride, which I'm not buying.
It's a Canadian. It's a very specialty product, which has the Canadian plus the donut.
Yeah.
So it's a Canadian original donut shop. You buy the same cup here, around 1.75. So when they sell you the Canadian special, what they do on July 1st?
The
white
Canadian
and
donut.
red, yeah.
And what they do when the Canadian hockey team are playing in the Stanley Cup. I'm not saying they're winning the Stanley Cup because we don't win the Stanley Cup. We only play. Because Canadians are not about winning. Canadian about lifestyle. The enjoyment,
They support, yeah.
not the
We're
winning,
not winning it.
which is drives me nuts, okay? We're supposed to change Canadian culture to be about winning, not enjoying it. Quality of life and center of life is good term, but doesn't it's meaningless, okay? I have to stop. Okay. So what about the coffee you have in hand or Dunkin' Donut coffee? You pay
I
about
really like McDonald's coffee.
you pay about 125 to
But,
it. So for the same size cup, you pay 99 cents to 125. You remember this ceramic white cup you go into any restaurant, just they pour the coffee in?
Mm.
It doesn't matter if the coffee is a little bit overburned or less burned, or it doesn't matter if it's a little bit strong or less strong, that's right. What's your expectation here?
Don't have
Get
these
your
things.
caffeine kit.
It's just a coffee.
Yeah.
But when you go to Starbucks and you don't find the bins around, what you feel? The store is missing something, that's right?
Yeah.
Because you are going here for what?
Experience.
For the experience.
Coffee experience.
So I can treble your prices because this is can be 99 cents. I can treble your prices if I switch you from a coffee to a coffee experience. By the way, they are the same espresso shots because this is how we measure coffee by the espresso shots. That's it. Espresso shots and hot water on it. And sometimes if you like the ice cap, it will be cold water on it.
Well, and then again for branding and to change a coffee experience, McDonald's invested in their McCafe and to be able to provide a higher quality coffee experience for
And they
their
fail.
discount.
And they fail because the coffee bar in McDonald's is not performing.
No.
Because you go to McDonald's for what?
Uh,
Just
Price.
price, yeah.
price.
for a coffee too.
Yeah.
So they succeeded when they have the McCafe, but when they have the McCafe specialty coffee is not doing great.
Yeah, because I'm still buying just the dollar coffee.
Okay? The same thing for Tim Horton. Tim Horton right now on the verge of closing. It will close, we believe it will close within 3 years.
No, it should not be
Because
people's
they lost
mind, but
the specialty
yeah.
by being acquired by an American company.
Yep.
And now
The Brazilian company. Oh.
It's an American company.
That was right.
Yes,
It
that's
was
it.
American and then Brazilian.
It's a US company, okay? It's a US
Oh,
company.
is it? Oh.
Anyway, because they got acquired by this, they are under, and that's why they have lots of changes. That's why their prices have been increased.
Yeah,
And
they're
then-
losing the Canadian experience.
They are losing their identity. They are losing their
Promise.
promise. Do you want to know more promises in coffee? Have you ever go to Sebastian Fair Value Coffee
Yep.
or
Yep.
Upper Ground?
Yep.
So you don't know the Fair Value
Fair
Coffee?
trade. Yeah, the
Fair trade.
coffee.
Fair trade, fair.
Yeah, this is like we call it fair trade or Fair Value Coffee.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's
So
shop
but
in
there's
Inglewood.
coffee
and-
shops that are called that?
Yeah.
Fair trade.
Okay.
They
I
pay
know
what?
what fair trade, but I
They
didn't-
pay what? The fair price for the coffee beans. And because they sell you this cause, you pay here
$3.75. Even more. Yeah.
$5.
Relationship people.
The people now buying what? A cause.
Yes.
I am supporting. Believe me, guys, the same source for all the coffee beans to Canada is one guy. Okay.
So they're lying with that?
Departed from the truth or biased from the truth. We don't call anybody here liars.
Okay.
About
So they're
information.
they
The last-
departed from
The last coffee style I want to explain to you here is we call them organic coffee, and you pay between $7.50 to $10 for the same dose. And organic coffee will help your body doing what?
Healthier and detox.
Feel healthy. However,
Feel-
coffee is 10,000 times toxic than your blood. So coffee is as acidic drink is bad. Full stop. But because here I sell you what?
relationship.
A better relationship with your body. A better relationship with your family and loved ones. You are paying $10 to what you could pay for it. $1. That's it. If you maintain these promises, people will come to see the promise. Do you want to do it on beef? Do you want to do it on meat? Do you want to do it on any kind of business? Do you eat pizza? Very
Yeah.
quickly, what Domino's Pizza is selling?
Pizza.
Not pizza. Domino's Pizza is selling 30 minutes or less pizza.
Oh.
They are into the fast pizza. So you buy from there a $10 pizza, which does not cost, where you can buy it elsewhere for $4. Like Chicago pizza and deep dish pizza, you buy the same amount for $4 there, because they are in pizza too. So we call this me only market, and we call this me special, and we call this me too market. Did you hear about this term before?
No. So me too, you said?
So if you are Ricky Master 2, you are in me too. Me too. All diapers for babies, no name diapers for babies are just diapers. But there is Pampers and there is Huggies. And
Or
all
Great
no
Value.
name like Kirkland, like Great Value or Best Value, President,
Walmart brand.
like whatever brand, all of them are what? Are diapers.
P2.
Are me too. They compete on
Price.
price. What about Bambers? Bambers is me special, is me only, because it's 3 times absorption. That's right. And
Well, you
how?
know your diapers.
And how? I know branding.
Yeah, that's branding.
I know branding. And I have 2 PhDs in computer engineering, and I teach branding, so I know the science behind it. So it's 3 times absorption. Who else in 3 times absorption? Nobody.
Charmin.
Charmin for
Right.
Paper.
for strength and absorption,
Yeah.
for towels.
Yeah.
For
And
calling it
Bounty.
Bounty for kitchen towels.
Mhm.
And each one of them are the only one. I can tell you, in your car you have wheels. What do you have on the wheels? Tires, that's right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's right?
Yeah.
So what Michelin is selling?
Safety is.
Driving to your home safe, even your tire is flat. Michelin is not selling tires. Is not selling tires. It's
It's
driving.
trust and
It's just safety to drive home safety. And they usually have this secret sauce, this very unique name, which is secret sauce. So this is, we call them me special. So in the pizza business, Banago pizza is me special. You know Banago?
Panago.
Banago, yeah. And the Italian pizzas
Oh, okay.
are me special. You can make a phone call. Hi, can I have a pizza? Yes, sir. It will take me 2 hours, 15 minutes to deliver. Okay. Yeah, we agree. We leave Domino's, which is me only, 30 minutes. This will take longer time, but they are me special. And this is, we call this me only. If you are me only, what will happen? You can name your pricing. I am the only one who provides this service. Full stop. So do you agree on this? Does each one of you, me too, me only, or me special? Who you are?
Me too, at the moment.
Who you are, Lil? Okay.
Is the, so the me only is also the OC? Like
I am the only one who can provide
OC
this.
is me only.
Yeah. Jennifer, are you me only or me too? Or me special?
Me special.
You are me special. Okay, so where is, by the way, each one of you who provide personal service, do you have a clone of you on the earth? Do I have a clone of Jennifer? Do I have a clone of Lynn? We have no
We
clones.
are all me only.
We are all me only. Coaching, training, practitioner service is me only. Because it's your fingerprint, it's your DNA, it's your analysis, it's your personal impact. So I find it interesting that if you are me only and you position yourself as
Or me too.
me too, where people need to pay the money, the higher money for the value,
It's
Me
a
only.
me only.
is the me only. So even if I am me special, can I position myself as me only?
Yeah,
How?
by differentiating yourself as an individual that brings something.
Or how else? I agree with you. Like, or what else you can do? You can package complementary service to be me only. Have you heard about the realtor who will provide you a free babysitting and a free daycare for your kids, so you and your spouse can go and discuss the house on your own, and they give you a free dinner ticket?
Yeah.
Have you heard about these people?
Yes, my friend does that. in Edmonton.
This is a me only. He is the only realtor who can provide this. Okay? So I supposed to have my target as me only. And if I believe I am me special or me too, what I will do? I should push
Rebrand.
Elf in me only. What's the value of me only? I have no competition. Does Starbucks has competitor?
At a time, I would have said that Second Cup was direct.
Second Cup
competing
will
with-
be the competitor now because
with
Second
Starbucks.
Cup is the only coffee place who will be selling marijuana as of July 1st.
Wow.
Second cup.
Yeah.
Marijuana.
See, and since you
Yeah.
brought that up, like, I prefer second cup. I go to Starbucks only if I have to because I prefer second cup flavor.
But if you prefer the flavor, the flavor is what?
Special.
But also, no, it's an only. The flavor, if you're only getting it, unless.
No,
Like,
you
well-
can buy the cans and do it at home.
Yeah.
Can you mimic the experience setting in Starbucks on these benches at your home or anywhere else?
No.
Can you mimic the flavor of Starbucks
Right.
by buying on discount from Costco
Yeah.
the Starbucks bags?
Yeah.
That's right. They give it on discount for 30% discount sometimes. That's right.
Yeah.
The French.
I got hazelnut beans yesterday for $9.99. Not
Okay.
Starbucks, but I got the hazelnut.
Yeah,
The
and then
only
what you do
Costco.
from Costco, you have the grinder,
Yep.
or you can come over my house. I have the grinders, and
I have the grinder and I have the press.
and then what you do, you can get the special coffee drinks.
Yeah.
But you will still go to Starbucks to
For the
buy
experience.
the experience.
Sitting there at the bookstore.
Do you agree on that? If anybody around the table doesn't agree on this, there is no offense where you are.
So, this is just a kind of a question. Like, would you consider Starbucks devaluing their me only proposition by having just a counter at a hotel, and they are providing the
80%,
Starbucks?
80% of their business is where?
Starbucks, bookstores.
In bookstores and in real places.
Yeah. Okay.
So when we say all, we say 80% of the all.
Okay.
When I say everybody,
There are some different.
I don't care. It's 80%. There's only 20 will say no.
Okay.
So when you say they do, like I do have a restaurant, I'm working with a restaurant owners, and they are offering right now an express version, and they have a business plan for the express version. So on this chain, when we have the express will go to different places to leverage and be me special. But they are the only business selling this particular Thai food.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if you want to expand, but the point I want to say is what you can say about you and your business that I am the only one. Like I stand with Win Your Brand and say, we are the only North American service provider, work with business owners or coaches, but we are specialized basically in coaching and coaches and practitioners from 1 to 4. We are the only one who has a systematic system, and you have a step-by-step system that within 90 days you will be able to make $10,000. That's it. With some of them, I'll give you. With some of our customers, it was 6 hours. With one, was 1 hour and a half. So 1 hour and a half, we're able to switch what she's doing. She started to get 6 subscriptions by the end of the event, and if she would continue, she can see the growth. So we are the only ones. Everybody else is trying to sell you standard sales process. We are the only ones who have innovation. We have different models. We developed this model based on my experience, my other partner expertise, because I have 27 years of business expertise. They do have like 20 plus, so we have like more than 100 years when we develop these models together. We have original content because we want to be me only. So why do I invest in myself, going around learning, reading all behavior sciences, trying to read science here and try to map it to marketing? Because I want to be me only. Why the content of every single workshop is different? Because I'm always looking to enhance the content and try different modules. This is the very first time we play videos and discuss videos because we want to get this. I want to get this inside my workshops, so I was testing few concepts. Why? Because I'm always wants to be ahead of the game as me only. And when I be me only, I have to be consistent. I have to be all the same dress, all the same business card, all the same materials. There's so many things. So the question to you back is, why you don't want to be me only? You'll go around, oh, I am a Reiki master, I'm a Reiki master. So what's the differences?
Exactly. Yeah.
Can you say something different about I am a Reiki master? Or the accountant. How many of you will have accountant friends?
How many are an accountant?
And what they will say about themselves. What you do?
Yeah, they just say
I'm an
do the
accountant.
books.
Yeah, I'm an accountant.
Taxes.
One of my customers, she's doing accounting for truckers. Exclusive.
Specialist for truckers.
Exclusive. The other lady, which is doing bookkeeping, she will tell you, I will let you maximize your saving from taxes. Because they are in maximization taxes. At the end of the day, they do bookkeeping and they do taxes. The process is the same. But when they position themselves in a different way, they are. So when you talk about payment solutions, what mean only in the payment solutions? And then you have the promise. So if you do the promise, what you do after the promise? You talk about it.
Keep it.
You keep it on delivery. So if I have the promise, if I develop the promise, what I do next? I will talk about it. How will I talk about it? I use what we call it marketing. So marketing is step number 2. Marketing is what? Whispering the promise. You know when you whisper in the ear of
Right, okay, yeah.
So marketing is communicating the promise. And what is sales? Is monetizing the value of the promise. So it bugs me as no tomorrow when somebody is looking for somebody to do branding and marketing and they start with their logo. Okay, what's your promise? You may need a logo, you may not need a logo, it's a big discussion, but what is your promise? And what's the criteria of your promise? How many sentences you need to have in your promise?
Those.
If you have 3, it's okay. You don't have this as customer, it doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. Like if you don't have obligation to have 4, we are not here in school or university, that's right? You will not have a failing mark if you don't have 4. Okay? So
You're aiming more for me only, per se. Wouldn't you be necessarily aiming for 1 or 2, like a specific sort of audience, rather than?
I can be me only for everybody. Starbucks is me only for everybody. But I can be very specialized, like people who are doing. There was a divorce show last week in Calgary. Have you ever heard about the Divorce Expo?
No.
There was a Divorce Expo, okay, like very interesting. And the Karen was actually on the stage giving a talk over there. So Divorce Expo will be going toward who?
People who are divorced?
In the relationship, mainly.
Well, I was just thinking,
And
there's
some
your
people
trucker
money-wise so that they
accountant where
use
she's
a decent
specializing
amount
strictly in
in
truckers,
the
like she'd have a
separation.
Yeah.
very specific target
Yeah, very
market.
specific. So you can be very specific, and you can be also broad, but you position yourself. Remember, you position yourself, your promise.
And you're still, because isn't the brand in that is more about you and what you're putting out, whereas the other one with the colors,
So
that's
what-
where you're guiding, you're forming it to the customers, or
You're
to
forming it to the audience,
to audience,
to
yes.
everybody.
that they're going to hear you clearer.
So your promise must have, if you can add the 4 segment, you should have the 4 segment.
Right.
If you want to appeal to one segment, you will find your promise is written in a way. So that's why we have a branding exercise. We have another 6 hours workshop on branding exercise where at the end we extract taglines. There are like 19 questions, like imagine you answer 19 questions in 6 hours. And believe me, it takes 3 weeks to finish it. Because led discussions is different, but then you have to think about it and talk about it. So what's your promise? It must appeal for your target audience. And you should observe in your promise. These ones. And it bugs me when I go in front of big stages and I see people standing there and say, they talk about money, 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 money. I don't care about money. I care about, can you strengthen my relationship with my customers? This is what I care about. Because for me, I don't do things for money. Money will come. And the money came and it will keep coming. I do to help people, motivate people, and get them engaged. Can you do something for me? Can you make it simple for them? Can you make it easy for them? What bugs me is people will come and say, yeah, you know what, guys, I will talk to you today about insurance. All of you know insurance. You know what, guys, I will talk to you today about investment, real estate investment. Americans, when they come, they say, you know why you are here? Because we teach you investment packages. Who here has $2,000 in their card? Stand up, come behind me, sign up for my program. They didn't give a single value. And we sit and look at this. This is not the Canadian style. Canadians, we need to know the value. Canadians are the people who were set around the fire 2,000 years ago, like to know each other and chat. This is the Western style. Toronto is not like that. When you go to Toronto, you cannot sell like that. When you go to Vancouver, you cannot sell like that. But Alberta and Saskatchewan style is the fire style. They tell you have to build a relationship with your customers. I have only 24 hours a day. And I need to sleep and eat and do other things, I cannot keep dating my customers. So based on where you are, you can use whatever colors. You are now equipped with 2 different concepts. So if you are okay to discover a promise, we can keep going. Because the rest of the show will be what is your promise and what are the characteristics of your promise. When you want to do marketing are the vehicles. We will talk a little bit about social media, about internet presence, about paper presence, so many things tomorrow, because this is how we communicate our promise. We'll talk a little bit on the last day on the sales process, because sales is basically the monetization of the promise. And why we need to monetize? Because we need to build sustainable process. Is this clear?
Mm-hmm.
So are you clear on your promise? Do you know what's your promise?
I have a rough idea, but I don't have it written out like clearly.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so I wanna so we have a sort of a discovery process, and the discovery process we call it stand out, not to blend in. This is the very first part of it, and here we talk about on page 2, page 4, sorry. You should be able to clamp this inside your folders. So we talk about the concept which we described today, that you need to stand out. You need to have you need to build a reputation. This promise is your personal calling card. And the brand or the promise is which is on page 4, what are your unique strengths, skills, and attributes? How do you choose the career right for you? How do you want to be known for? What will make you stand out in the eyes of employers or customers? And what are you waiting for? So what we will do in these 3 days, we will talk about discover your unique strengths, skills, and talent. We will give you tips on how to create a compelling stories through delivery of elevator pitch, crafting a winning cover letter, resumes, whatever you want to do. We will share some of the strategies, and I believe I shared some of the strategies as well. And we will talk about having a plan, and we will extract your strengths, and we can solve it. So do you agree that you want to have a personal brand identification? So if you like to have a personal brand identification, we start with your commitment. So here, your promise, and I welcome you to stand up, and can you stand up and speak loudly and give me your promise? Yeah, stand up, guys. We are not here a sitting workshop, okay? So,
Okay.
can you read loudly?
Brand promise.
1, 2,
All
3.
at the same
Together?
time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I, Timothy Yarkowski,
Little
I
side
declare
declare
that
that
my personal
my
brand is my
personal
reputation.
Stop. We need some energy. Energy.
Okay.
My personal brand.
1, 2, 3 again with energy. 1, 2, 3.
My personal
Timothy Yarkowski, I
I
declare that my
that
personal brand is
I
my
declare
reputation.
who I am.
It's about bringing who I am, what I do, and how I do it. I am born to stand out, not to blend in. I stand out by my personal brand. My personal brand is about making my mark by being myself, my best self. I promise to think of my personal brand as my calling card, my unique promise of value. It's what I am known for and how people experience
My
me.
unique promise.
I am here to explore what are my unique strengths, skills, and attributes. How do I choose the career that's right for me? How do I want to be known for? What will make me stand out in the eyes of potential employers, customers, and clients?
What will make me stand
My
out?
exploration will lead to the following actions and maybe more. I am committed to take these actions and report to my accountability partner.
I am
Okay,
committed
sir.
to taking these
My
actions
promise.
and
Name,
report to
date,
the accountability partner.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for having the promise. So we can now start to work. I would encourage you to write your name, date, and signature, and this will go with you in your binder. And can you take a moment to write 1 or 2 actions based on the sessions we have today that you would like to do? Like so far, at least 1 action that you would like to take toward your business, toward your brand, toward your future. So and please give it a date as well, and give it a check date, a check out date. Check out date is a date in the middle, like you know, if I want to do something by Sunday, I should check out Sunday morning or Saturday night if I'm on the way doing it or not. Okay. You have to remember, I heard from some of you that this is a brand new, never been seen before information for them, and they are highly appreciate this information. If you don't apply this information, you will not do transformation. You will be like, I'll be like a Disney character to you guys.
Yeah.
You go to Disney, you see the Star Wars, and you walk away. But if you apply this, and the only way to apply is what?
Do it.
Is to have actions, clear actions first. And then we can have accountability partner or somebody who can make phone calls. And as I said, like this is, you will go away with it. I will not even take a copy of it. But if you want us to check on you, we can. Okay? And every time you have an aha moment or you have a good time, you can actually write down more actions. And what I will do also, if you need more papers, I can give you more paper to keep going on actions. Do you like to share? 1 or 2 of you could like to share their actions? You want to share?
Sure. I will establish what I bring that is me only, and use that to develop and finalize my promise.
Yeah. Great.
Mine are, I will devote more of my energy to kind of
Not producing the sauce. Say it
just-
loudly. Not producing.
not just producing the sauces, but actually just working on my marketing. And on top of that, and something I'm getting a lot of great ideas with this branding and looking at the triggers, is build an effective marketing pamphlet.
Cool. I wrote 3, so create a pitch, create a brand of meat only, and then creating a cover letter with the value for different people.
Can you please put dates beside it? Remember, guys.
I
to
have
put
the
it.
dates.
Yeah. Jennifer, you wanna share, or are you busy? You have your trail of thoughts going out.
Well, I was actually doing much the same as Tracy in that I want to spend some time going over unique strengths and developing a stronger, a more ironclad promise.
Yeah.
And then I have some lessons and questions and whatnot that I've been putting together that I'm going to finish putting together and getting to the appropriate people.
I love it. Awesome. Lila, are you ready to share?
So far, I just have the complete my promise statement.
Timothy, you didn't share.
So action 1, develop my promise by sitting down and writing drafts. Checkout date will be tomorrow and completion by Sunday. And action 2, make a list of audiences to develop target audience for services. Again, checkout by tomorrow, completion by the 3rd. And then the 3rd action, go back to my prospect list and sort it based on 1 and 2.
And one way, because all of us here are adult, one way for adult learning, one of the pedagogies, is you share how you comprehend. I will share with you a communication flow model later today, where you see like this sharing is a key. You will learn more by sharing. Listening to the one who's sharing, and feel free to copy their actions. But this will point out some aspects that you didn't over. So we want to start with, first things is we can sell our promise. So our promise is driven by our strengths. So this is a heavy, intense. This is a heavy, intense workshop. So you expect to write significantly. Let me just use this one. And here we want to sort the strengths. So if I want to promise somebody something, and please, if you had this before, keep this sheet handy, because we will keep writing on it, right? We will keep writing on it. So keep it handy, because we have to come up with as many of actions, and then we can figure out what we can do. So your promise will come from where? From your strengths. So to be more effective here, you have to focus on one thing. If you do multiple things, multiple activities, just make it simple for now. Just focus on one piece of activity. I had individuals will come here and then they switch. They're like doing bookkeeping and accounting and taxes and business support and business services, and they keep juggling around. And when they say, forget about everything, just pick up one and let's run the whole exercise on it. So the question will be is, what was the most successful project I ever tackled, and what made it successful? What is the most successful project? Who is ready to share?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because of my marriage with Jocelyn Kerr has been my most successful project. Though we disagree, we communicate really well, are honest with each other, and we have come together to provide a safe environment to raise our daughter Danielle. With that common goal, we are committed to working together to achieve it.
I told you about this guy's what?
Relationship.
What do you think about his strengths?
Amazing strengths that are also transferable.
Yeah, but his relationship, his
For a
strengths.
relationship.
Okay.
Totally, yeah.
Okay. So the very first things I know about you right now, that you value the interpeople relationship. Is it a strength or weakness? If you use it to your own to your own benefit, it will be a strength. So when I deal with Timothy, usually I give him an extra attention. Like when I see him in different venues, I make a point to go to shake his hand, give him a hug, keep a warm connection with his eyes whenever he is, because I know how he is, and this is how I gain his trust. Communicating more about your strengths, it can make you very vulnerable here, and that's why sometimes when people are when we have a larger groups and people are conflicting businesses, we ask some to not sit around, because this can actually, if somebody is evil around here, can set himself up how he can deal with you. So it's amazing you picked up this relationship. Your customers are looking for what? For efficient, effective way.
Processes, yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
So my advice to you, which is ahead of the schedule, you should go in and you should be able to write down a project which you achieved here from this perspective, from the customer perspective.
Yep.
Okay? Anyone else wants to share? Yep.
So as a successful project was with one of my customers, Steeplejack Athletics. What made it successful is how I delivered results on time. I gave value and clarity to their thoughts and feelings with the brand. I got paid, I maintained in contact, and I was free to contribute and voice my opinions.
Okay, that's awesome. This can be played also as testimonial later on. You'll see how we can use this. So each one of you has a project, has a successful project, or somebody still trying to figure out which one is the most successful project.
I'm still
Yeah, I kind of have two that have similar strengths.
It doesn't matter. You have two is great. So you want to share with them?
Yeah, I said being a single mother of 3 kids and transformation of a client's accounting systems. I worked there for 17 years. For both planning and resourcefulness, help from other people, being flexible, having a team, being an influencer, having a big picture vision, but also functioning at task level when needed, knowing needs, researching needs, and understanding other people as individuals, overseeing process, deadlines, and project management.
This is awesome, and this is leading for one very interesting thing, because we are doing this workshop in a different way. Can you pick up these 4 colors from the pens in front of you, the buckets? Can each one of you pick up these 4 colors?
I think they're on here, yeah.
Yeah. Now, can you go inside what was the most successful project and put under different words the relevant colors? So look at the words or the sentences which reflect on dollars or money.
To us or to them?
It doesn't matter to anybody. The word will be money. The word will be sales. The word will be profit. Look at the word which will trigger somebody who's looking for a relationship. And look at the word which is time. And look at the word which is related to process. So if you go back and just put dots or underline the different words, this will give you an idea of lots of things. Just write the symbol with your own colors and just.
Would you think value and clarity to their thoughts and feelings with the brand is more relationship or process? Or
It can be the three. Value can be the dollars. It can be the three. Remember, each sentence can have more than one color.
Right.
Remember the word effective. Remember the word efficient. The immediate question will be is, do you see balanced four colors? So yours.
All green. Now I didn't write out the second one, and
Now, away from your writing, we are doing sentences right now. We don't want to create one.
Sure.
Can you, okay, the first question is, can you see the four balanced colors? Most likely you will not. Because you are not trained to expose the four quadrant of you. Now, which ones are the dominant colors you have? This will give you an indication who will acknowledge these strengths. Because if somebody does not appreciate relationships, they wouldn't care about you. Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
We are friends, okay? We'll keep friends, okay? But they don't care. Do you get it?
Yeah, and it's,
So, if somebody coming from a bad relationship right now, they wouldn't care. If somebody really, like, why people will not have partner for a long time? Because people will not they don't appreciate the relationship. They don't invest most of their time towards the relationship. And there's nothing wrong, nothing good. Just they decided to be single. It's okay. It's not their decision. So if this is what can show where this will be resonating. Okay. The following question will be is, can you add some attributes, adjective, or some words describing the actual project with appealing to the other quadrant? So, for example, on the successful marriage, which is I admire you on having it, and we were financially free or financially supporting each other. Okay, we maintain average life standard. You understand what you can add to augment?
Yeah.
So when you have this kind of information in front of somebody, we predict that this will resonate better because it matches the four triggers known in human quadrant.
I wrote out this in like my opinions, what made me successful. But then, are you talking about adjectives that made them successful, or
For them to resonate with it. If I want to resonate, if I want to relate to what you say,
Yeah.
if I want to agree that this actually is strength.
Story's the same.
There is somebody who might be coming later today, and she will see or he will see successful marriage are a total failure. Okay, how many of you will see successful marriage is the most successful project of anybody's life? You see?
I knew nobody would. That's why
It's not
I did
no.
it on
It's not
purpose
no.
too,
It's
right?
not no. It's not no. It's not nobody. Nobody would. You will know that some people will not appreciate this as the most successful project. Are they wrong or right?
Yeah, because I mean, it took me a long time to figure out which one to write.
Are they wrong or right?
Yeah.
There is no wrong. There is no right. I have to make sure you don't judge them. People who appreciate relationships, they love these successful projects. People who appreciate process and time and money, they will say in their mind, this kid did not find a better things to do in his life, or that's right, or to talk about in his life.
Yeah.
Like I talk a lot about my wife and my kids and my other wife and my other kids and my other wife and my other kids and my other. I talk a lot about this with the individuals who will appreciate this. I also talk about a horrible divorce experience with the people who appreciate this. Because I'm more sophisticated in how so I appeal to them. Now, when I appeal to them, what I do? I take my wisdom, I give it to them, I guide them step by step how to apply it. Okay, so you only use this to connect with people. But this is a good example for you guys. When you want to write to your audience, you have to understand and you have to accept 20% they will not like us. 100% of the population, 20% they will say no. Because my hair color, my standing, my clothes, I don't know, whatever it is. So, did you like this particular exercise?
It's super revealing.
It was very
Yes.
revealing.
Yeah.
Okay, it was not planned for the workshop actually. Because we changed that, I changed the leading part, I can do this right now. So, the problem now is I don't want you to go out of your comfort zone. Because this is, I want to discover you. And try to superficially write things to be balanced. Don't do this now. Do this on Sunday night. Okay, if you want to take the most out of this. So if we go to any questions? Make sense? If we go to the second question, what was the most important team role I ever fulfilled and why? What was the most
So meaning when we're working in a group, is that what you mean by
Yep.
team role?
Yep. Yeah, smells good. Yeah. Okay. Anyone wants to share?
I'm not going first this time. Come on.
No, let's just get alternative. Yeah.
I'll go for it. So my most important team role is with the Alpine Club, and that's teaching climbing. And everyone shares their knowledge. We're giving newbies new skills, and we're sharing pointers on what works for
Okay.
each of us as instructors.
Good. Another sharing.
I took on the role as, well, I didn't define which role, but when I do have an important team role, I take on the role as an expert and an intensive listener. I listened to the conversation actively, and when the person needed, I provided comfort, understanding, and expert opinions. I also kept the conversation on task and relevant within the limit.
So it's more relationship and process.
Yeah. Usually when I talk to clients or
Okay.
even friends, I do that.
Okay. Let's move to the second following one. When faced with an overwhelming obstacles, what my go-to skill to overcome? Let's see what did you write.
My resourcefulness, my there is no box thinking,
Okay.
creativity, planning, influencing others to come on board and support the cause.
Okay, wow. This is amazing. The following question will be, what are the strengths that others acknowledge in me? What are the strengths that others acknowledge in you? Do you want to share?
Okay.
If you feel vulnerable, we
Sounds good.
have to skip.
Listening, loving, creative, intelligent, supporting, and fun.
None of them are here. All of them are here.
Intelligent, I think, is process.
Okay, maybe one. Okay.
Yeah. Listening is also process.
Listening is a relationship or process?
I view a mix of both because, like, it's a relationship because you're listening to them, understanding their problems and their world.
So why didn't write listening and understanding their problem?
I think I put that down. I think supportive was more like.
You don't think. You have to communicate it.
Right.
Because there is a concept. Are you open to listen to another concept? There is a concept I did not share with you here. Okay. People are Do you agree that people are ignorant? Even we are sometimes ignorant for ourselves.
Don't know what you don't know.
I don't mean it in this way.
Oh.
I mean it in a different way.
No.
People are ignorant to the skills you have, the strengths you have, the value you have. So if you want to articulate or you want to communicate a skill, you have to understand that they are ignorant. And ignorant, it's a start with 1. Because we understand it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right? Do you agree on these numbers?
Yes.
So this number, this is I stand for 1. So when I want to articulate, I want to articulate 1 message, 1 keyword to 1 level of understanding. I cannot say they will listen. What's the second level of listening? Understand. Now we are going to a second level, that's right? So if you deal with everybody in your surrounding as they are ignorant to the value and the wisdom you want to do and to how good you are, you must articulate to them 1 thing at 1 level all the time. So if you say listening and understanding, you cannot just say they listen and in their mind, yeah, I understand, they will come up to the value that there is an understanding. Okay? So this is called the ignorant concept. If you write any material, if you want to communicate with anybody, you must treat with them as ignorant. Ignorant means they cannot make a decision on how good you are, they cannot make it. So if you want to verify your message, what you do? If I give you a message and I want to verify it, what should I do? Ask you,
do you understand?
do you understand? Ask you, did you get this point?
Or agreement.
Or agreement, you know? So asking agreement, asking questions, it helped me communicating better with an ignorant. And to communicate with an ignorant, I have to say what? 1 thing. So let's just go to this guy. Timothy, so what you do? What you do for a living?
I help people communicate better.
Okay. So when Timothy will come and say, I do video, I do Reiki. Remember, she said, I heard Reiki, I heard video.
Yeah, we got lost.
She got, what did you get, Tracy, when he said Reiki and video? What you got?
I didn't hear the video. I heard Reiki.
And you heard video as well.
I don't.
No, she didn't.
Not
She only
visually.
heard Reiki, and then everything else was washed.
Because she
Yeah.
The energy healing thing.
because she doesn't know you.
Yeah.
She doesn't know and she doesn't know what you
Yeah.
do. And even if I know you, I'm still ignorant for what you do.
Yep.
Well, I also combined it with your look because I made some judgments on your
Oh, this is a different story.
And I made this whole judgment.
Let's leave this story to the 4th section of this good day.
Okay.
Let's leave this story, okay? So, when you come and talk about strengths that people acknowledge in me, you cannot make it complicated. You cannot say, I listen to people, and will include, or assumably include, that I will listen, I will talk to them, I will help them, I will understand. Okay? You should say, I listen, and I'm flexible enough to understand their viewpoint. Do you get it?
Still a little lost. So, people are ignorant. There's 1. I don't understand that concept still.
People are ignorant. You must communicate 1 message and 1 message only, because ignorant starts with 1, with an I,
Right.
which is 1. So whenever you see a message and the message is complicated, you are not talking to the ignorant. You are talking to somebody who know you and working with you. You are talking to a customer. So when someone come and say, cash payment, we provide cash payment service, she doesn't know what it is. What does it mean? I bet you she even doesn't know what does mean payment service. Do you know what payment service is?
So
Do you know what payment service is?
payment services?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they deliver payments.
Do you deliver or you collect?
None.
That's a managed
I neither
transaction.
deliver nor provide.
So this is exact scenario. of how somebody can be ignorant of Reiki Master or energy healing or healing touch or past life regressions or. So I have here past life regression people. I'm just sharing with you because I don't want you to feel here like you are targeted or you are. I'm not offending you. I can, as I said, like if somebody really felt bad, let me know in private and I'll just exclude. Nobody will know, but I will exclude you from the discussion. But I have people here like hypnotherapists. What you do, hypnosis. Okay, what's the value of hypnosis? People get hypnotized. Then what? It
So you're
took
saying
me.
they're ignorant when they only say one thing?
No, I am ignorant to hypnosis. Do you know what hypnosis is?
Yeah.
Do you know what's the value of it?
I think.
I think. So my role as a practitioner, not to make you think,
Right.
to teach you or to share with you what can I do for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the minute you start to go into the second layer of your brain or your mind, I am losing the heart-to-heart connections. You have been engaged for 2 hours in the very beginning because I was able to open up the discussions, grab you in, and I did not let your mind to kick in. Despite the fact that you have a big distraction of Jennifer using the phone, which is a huge distraction, but it still people gets in because I don't let you to talk to the second level of your mind. The information are very straightforward, very explicit, very clear. You know, there is an advertisement on the TV. They say it provides you 6 values and the combator provides you 1 and 6 is greater than 1. Why they say 6 greater than 1? Is it not obvious? Is it obvious to you that 6 is more than 1? So why they say 6 more than 1?
Reinforce the message.
It's just they talk to the ignorant. Somebody ignorant. They don't want you to think about it. They want you to just go by this enhancement. I believe it's blood or diabetes treatment or something like that. It comes on CNN currently. And they say this has one, the combator has 1 benefit or 1 value, and we provide 6 benefits. And 6 is more than 1. Very straightforward.
Yeah.
So you make a decision that this is actually a better value.
So when I say, talk about my strengths, so I say like listening, loving, creative, intelligent, supportive, fun, understanding problem, wanting to help, devotes lots of effort. Like you're saying I should, how do I
You have to elaborate on it because
Yeah.
if I come to Tracy and say what love means you,
Right.
Love, yeah, there's lots of different definitions.
definitions, right? If I come to Jennifer and say what love means to you, if somebody has strength is love. If I come to Lila, I say what love means to you.
Mm-hmm.
If I come to H1, love. If we have somebody here from the Green Alberta
Green Party.
Party, you know what love means to them?
Green Party.
The nature and the environment, you know. And if you go to, so these words are good for you because you understand the definition.
Right.
I used to run different workshops when we have like you can pick up different words, different strengths, and you pick up from a list, and then we ask you, can you elaborate on this particular value? You will find I did this for a few years, and there's never been 2 individuals in the same room will articulate the same interpretation of the skill.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to soar with your strengths and say this is my strengths, you have to say what does it mean, how you can elaborate on it.
So when you share the strength, you say, I listen because I'm.
Not because you listen and what you do with it.
Okay.
Understand.
So I listen, understand the problem, and I want to help.
Yes.
So you kind of like tie the strengths together.
You have to elaborate it to make it easy to the ignorant to understand it.
My English teacher called it the so what. When I was writing my I was doing a very poor job. I would make lots of statements, but I would never answer the question, so what? And this really resonates to, like I'm hearing echoes of my English teacher.
And the English is my 3rd language, so the last thing you take from me is English language.
Yeah, but it is that. So, like, to me, it is. Like,
On there though, where you have the 1, 2, 3, what are those?
If you want to remember this, you remember that's 1 in Roman numbers. I in Roman numbers is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you know that ignorant means you only share 1 concept.
Oh, okay.
Because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is so when I say ignorant,
Oh.
start with an I, and the I in Roman language means
1.
1. So when you go around and you see somebody will stand on the stage and say, "Oh, I'm doing this practitioners, and I'm also doing web development or social media, and I'm also doing business consultancy. And by the way, my offer is, if you want to come to be treated for Healing Touch, I can do. If you want to refer people to me, I can pay you commission. If you want to work on your website, I can show you how. And if you want to build your life,
Yeah, lost.
holy smokes, yeah. Well,
Yeah. And that's exactly why I'm here, is because I can do so much, but it's a matter of
The
where's
offer-
the most profitability in my
the,
offer.
the profitability is your decision, but
Yeah.
the offer
Is
is
what's
going
offered.
to who?
Yeah, that ignorant audience.
To ignorant. Ignorant need to know what?
Specifics clearly.
One,
One.
not two.
Just one thing.
So if you have a workshop like this workshop has 4 tiers actually, because there is a version of this workshop will go online. And it has preferred, it has general, it has VIP. VIP you will get with the website, you have access to the website, you have access to tools, more hours with me, and so many other things, and 6 hours later or 3 hours later, so package on it. When I go around and talk about, I invite people to join what? The workshop. Do I talk about the 3 different services or the 4 different services?
No.
Nope. My program, which we'll talk about it tomorrow and after tomorrow, right now we have like 44 different training courses. I cannot sell you 44 different training courses. We sell you one package. The package has all the elements. The package can be gold, star, whatever 3, 4 tiers. You must have 3 tiers for a reason which we'll talk about it tomorrow. In any of your offer, you must have 3 tiers. You cannot have one tier. You cannot have one price because there are different buyer perspective, different things we'll talk about tomorrow and after tomorrow in a greater content. So I must give them one offer. And when they need to know more, I kick in what?
Your
Levels of the offer. These are more details. So what you sell,
Opportunity for
what you
upsell.
sell, you say, oh, majority of people in healing, in practitioner, you do, they say, oh yeah, I can do a basic, I can do advanced, I can do one-on-one, I can, wow. What are you selling? These are too much for an ignorant to understand. And then people who will come to you are the only people who really know your service. That's right. So when you have this situation, what you will have here is people who really know your service are here or here. Who are the ignorant for your service?
way on the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I want to convert, like Jennifer, payment service, right? Not paying service, payment service. He doesn't know what's payment service. She doesn't know what payment service. So I didn't want to ask the other people as well because they have a vague view. So if she stand here and she wants to sell how efficient is her payment services are, there are already 2 outside the discussion. The only one who will come switch to her will be the one who is using the service with somebody else, and this will be shopping for an alternative. Shopping for an alternative means what?
You have a pain.
Pricing
Yeah.
is a big barrier. They need to have discounts. People who are here are looking for what? For value. So if you want to understand this, do you allow me to share one more concept with you? And I'm actually not sharing different concepts. These all are just one concept and how to apply it back. So we know from the market, and Tracy will know this as well because this is not new for you. We know in the market that there are 3% of the people are buying now any particular service. We know that 7% will buy in the near future. For example, do you like SUV?
Yeah.
There are 3% of the people right now buying SUVs, right now, who are visiting what?
Dealership.
Dealerships. But there are individuals who will go in the morning, start his SUV, and the SUV will not turn on because of the cold or what is it, and they decide to change their car for an SUV. That's right. There are 30% of SUV buyers, they will buy when circumstances will change. So if we don't have kids, will we buy an SUV? How many people will go from the delivery room to the SUV dealership?
Pretty.
Okay, this is an example, like
Yeah.
when circumstances will change. So when I go around and pitch myself and pitch my program and be funny and be hilarious and be bushy and be anti, I was called the anti-woman and anti so many things and anti-kids and so many in my life, you know. I'm not asking you to buy now. I laugh when people come and say, "Oh, we are not interested in your service. We will not buy it whatsoever." You know what? I'm not asking you to buy now. I am asking that when your circumstances will change, you give me what? A consideration. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 30% who are not aware of your service. They are not aware. Like I never knew cash payment, for example, till I met Jennifer.
Me as well, because we met at your
Okay, like I know like PayPal, I know like Stripe, like Monaris, like so many, but I didn't know her service. That's right. So I was not aware. So I am not aware. And you can go back to her and ask her, so why you go to these networking events and people are not actually signing up? Because she is not interested in people who are shopping now. So what percentage of population is this?
70.
So what's the balance for 100% population?
30.
30. So what are these 30? These 30, they will say no. I don't buy vans. Full stop. Full stop. I don't drive vans, I don't buy vans. Even if they are 4x4 sporty and they can go to the racetrack, I will not buy them. I don't buy them. How many of you don't like vans full stop? They get a crossover, you know?
Yeah, and I like vans. I just don't like putting gas in them.
You know? So the question is, where is my next customers?
Somewhere in that 70%.
Next customers.
Yeah.
Maybe the 30% not aware.
You see? People even don't realize where is their next customer. Where is my next contact? Who will I contact? Like if you go out from here and you find somebody in the parking lot and you want to talk to him or her about your service, any of your service guys,
Yeah, so they're not aware.
which category will be the one which most likely you will meet?
They're not aware. And or no.
We don't know. So our job is to sort out in these pockets. Who are we meeting? People when they are ready to buy now, they will pay you money.
And then take.
But people who are also
100% of them.
in the near future, when event will happen, they need to know your material. That's why we go stand in stages.
Yeah.
When circumstances will changes. So in my sales information, in my marketing information, I must tell them what's the defining moment of my current customers to come to me. So we say when they start their business, when they struggle with income, when they are about to give up businesses. I had a webinar where I talk to people who actually want to go back to find regular jobs, and I'm more than happy to help them. So if this is your goal, that these people will buy on value. These people will buy on
dollars.
When is the last time you went out for many places to find a cheaper price?
Yeah, we research more on vacations than we do on our mortgages sometimes. And insurance.
How many of us will go to the weekly flyers and they will go to the store because they have this part? Like when you have a party, you will look at the flyers, but on your regular life, you will stand at the closest co-op or superstore or Safeway or whatever and buy.
Yeah.
But when you have a party, what you will do?
Research.
Do you agree on that? Do you do this? That's right. Like
Okay.
you guys do this, right?
So you have your brand loyalty and all that stuff for the day to day, but then circumstances change, so then your process changes.
Yeah. So your goal is to look for people in this category. And you have to accept that there are about 30% of the people they say no. They say no because you are blondie, your hair is black, my eyes are colored, I have contact lenses, you have glasses, I stand on my left feet more than my right feet. It doesn't matter. So when people say no to me, they are not saying to me personally. They are saying no to what?
Your service.
To buying now. So don't get offended. Don't feel rejected. Don't go home and cry. Okay? People can say no because they are not ready right now. So your job is to educate who on your services? The 67%. 67% are ignorant of what you do. They have to know your promise with their own triggers, and you have to have a process. You know, I have an extra page, which is this one I have to cut. This is wrong. I have to take it off. That's why I'm always confused. And this are the people coming from here. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So your articulation of your service must be how people will join your program. What kind of circumstances or what kind of pain point you help people in. What do you mean when people are not aware? What does it mean when circumstances will change for your business?
They're not
So-
aware, they'll go somewhere else.
Okay, so I have conversation. "Oh, you never heard about us." They said yes, so now they are not aware. Okay, so this is where it gets into the same discussion: is how you can write your strengths and how you can lead the ignorant to be more advocate here. Like he's very good. He got advocates here who go to market his service. Make sense? Have you seen this before? Tracy, you've seen this before.
Not, I don't recall the numbers, but sort of.
I have. I've seen similar types of language.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if my goal to go here, I can educate them on my value, and when they have the need, what will happen? They will come to me. So when you stand in a stage and provide a keynote or provide a sales presentation or selling through the stage, who are you talking to? These people. These 67%. You are lucky if you find some of the people who buy now. You are lucky because they can buy right now. So you never force them to buy from the stage without having the right protocols, because these are protocols where you can push it further. Any questions? Do you wanna? So this is what we call it just for. Okay. Do you wanna break for lunch and then we can come back and continue the workshop?
Sure.
Okay.
Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.